What is going on? The Yosemite Guide here, coming at you from Yosemite Valley. Today we're hiking up Yosemite Fall Trail towards the top of El Capitan, the single largest monolith piece of granite in the world. It should be pretty cool. It is a brisk, cool morning, November 1st, Saturday, day after Halloween. It's about 50 degrees right now out here, but it should warm up pretty quick here once the sun pops up. But it does get dark early, so I'm kind of racing against the clock here. The ground is quite cold right now, but things should warm up once I get up into the sun a little bit here. And we got 3.5 miles up to Upper Yosemite Fall, and that did not take long to require me to strip down some layers. It's warming up quick already. I'm just a half mile in, but this one hits you right in the mouth. And this first mile, you got some decent switchback action here. So yeah, you definitely feel this one right off the bat. Yeah, on this first mile to Columbia Point, I kind of just try and keep my head down and charge. It's not a whole lot to look at in the trees here, so just switchback, and then the views open up once we get up out of these trees here. Okay, we're coming up on Columbia Point. It's about 1,000-foot elevation gain in just under a mile, so definitely strenuous but short, but it's a cool hike if you don't want to do the whole Yosemite Fall Trail and just get a different perspective of the valley. So it took me about 30 minutes to get up here, so I gotta pick up the pace.
It's a swimming pool. What?
Okay, and past Columbia Point, we got a few more major switchbacks here, and then it kind of eases up for a little bit, but looks like we got some traffic on the trail here. Let's see if we can navigate this. Yeah, and we got a nice leveled out section here. We'll try and pick up some ground on with the beautiful fall colors sprinkled into the valley here. Right now it's getting dark by 6 p.m. so that's why I need to make good time here, getting a 9:30 start, trying to do 18.5 miles here. So I want to be to El Cap hopefully by 1:30. That'll give me plenty of time for lunch and everything else I got to do before I jet out. Try and make up a little time here for my slow start. Yeah, and honestly, this is not a very friendly barefoot trail. You got so much broken up rock on the most of this trail, really. So yeah, definitely not a friendly barefoot one, but it gets softer once you get past the top of Yosemite Fall. You get into that forest canopy and more dirt. So if you plan on just going to Columbia Point up the Upper Yosemite Fall Trail, I recommend going just a little further. It's only like less than a half mile to about the halfway point of this hike, where you can see Yosemite Falls here. And just a few more switchbacks, not a ton more elevation gain past Columbia Point. Like if you get to Columbia Point, you did the hard part to get to this spot. So I mean, this is just one of the best views on this hike right here. It's cool, we actually have some water coming off of here. A lot of times this time of year this will be dry, but we did get a decent storm a few weeks back, and it snowed down to under 5,000 feet elevation. So yeah, waterfalls are back on here, and it won't be Won't be long until this thing's roaring. So yeah, a little tip, if you're doing Columbia Point, go just a little further, half mile further to this spot, and you will thank me. So beautiful. Half Dome, sunrise coming up. I love the side view here. Man, it's always crazy when you pass someone on a trail like this and you're going not that much faster than them, because then you're like, well, I can't stop now. Can't let them catch up to me. Don't want them to think I'm weak. You just gotta keep pushing on here. This top stretch, I don't even like to look up at where I'm going, just because you feel so close, but it just keeps going. And the freaking sun is so brutal right now. This is all exposed, just beating down on me. I think I look like I already ate my habanero. Face just red. But we doing it. We doing it. I made it to the Yosemite Fall Trail Junction here in about just under an hour and 45 minutes. So I was hoping for a little bit better time, but not a terrible barefoot time. So to the right, Upper Yosemite Fall. And then we're gonna keep on going. We got a pretty good hill in front of us as well. Eagle Peak, 2.8 miles from here. That's one of the best views of Yosemite Valley in my opinion. But we're heading for El Cap, 4.7. So we're almost halfway there. Oh, and this is nice in the tree canopy here in the forest. Nice soft ground. We're off of that broken up granite. This feels really good on the feet. It's like a fluffy cloud of pine needles. And things have leveled off here. I think I got it pretty easy for a couple miles here. And this is just so peaceful. Just all by myself out here. There was a decent amount of people I passed towards the top of Upper Yosemite Falls, but I'll probably just see a handful of people now. Mostly doing Eagle Peak out here is just a phenomenal spot. I did a video on that maybe 2 summers ago. I don't know, time flies. Maybe it was last year, but you can check that out. It's a really cool spot. But we're heading to the top of El Cap, and I think, okay, yeah, so in between the top of Yosemite Fall and the Eagle Peak split, there's a pretty good hill here that I found. So I mean, it's nowhere near as steep as what I just did, so I've got that, but I did just hike Yosemite Falls, so I've also got that. And definitely a cool stretch here. All this big old granite boulders. And it's super quiet. Shouldn't be too far to the Eagle Peak El Cap split up here. And I think I gotta do another elevation gain stretch. So we'll see how that goes. And definitely something to be aware of when you're looking at these videos is conditions change depending on the time of year. So this is, you know, coming up on winter time, but if you're early summer, this stretch through here, it gets totally flooded out depending on what type of winter we had. But yeah, this whole area will be flooded right here, so you'll be, you know, wading through this stretch. But yeah, definitely do your research. And we got our little split in the trail, pretty well marked. You go straight to Eagle Peak, 0.3 miles, a very difficult 0.3 miles. It's probably a little bit further than that. I don't know about that sign. And then here we got El Cap 2.1, home stretch. And just past the split here, we are dropping in elevation, which I don't really like to see too much, because that means we're going uphill on the way out of here. And this is a pretty good hill that we're gonna have to climb back up. So hopefully we're not dropping too much more here. And definitely starting to open up here. We got Eagle Peak up there on the other side. But this is amazing. And this is definitely giving me Pohono Trail vibes, which is across the way there. It kind of hugs the rim of that side of the valley. And you could do that from, starts at Tunnel View and goes all the way to Glacier Point. It's just so brutal going up there. The easier way would be starting at Glacier Point and going down to Tunnel View. I think it's like 13 plus miles on there, but there's just some really amazing edge of the valley shots for sure. But this is definitely giving off those vibes. That little granite stretch through here. Hard to tell where the actual trail is. And that's cool, this massive root structure, just with all these big old rocks tied up in there. That's crazy. And I think once I get to the top of this ridge here, I'll be smooth sailing. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling it. Definitely similar to hiking a half dome as far as how strenuous this is. So yeah, it's a good one. Okay. I think the hard part's over. And this is kind of feeling otherworldly out here. Yeah, half dome right there. It's beautiful. Got the whole mountain range opening up to us. Let's go see what kind of views we can get off the edge of edge of El Cap here. And I made it the 8+ miles barefoot. This last stretch was not a easy barefoot stretch either. So I'm gonna be walking on clouds when I throw on my hiking flip-flops. I don't know where the edge is. Really don't want to go down too far. We gotta go back up, but we gotta see what's going on over here. All right, so not super excited about coming back up this, but I gotta go check out down here, right? And I just threw on my flip-flops here because these rocks are just so sharp. I just couldn't even walk anymore on this stuff. My feet were really sore. So I gotta cover a little bit of ground here. Okay, so I don't know how good of an idea this is coming all the way down here, because this is gonna be brutal going back up. But we gotta check it out. How else am I supposed to help Alex Honnold if he needs it right here? You know what I'm saying? But I gotta see if he needs my help. Look at this. Oh, this is a sick tree. That is so cool. Looks like it's not even alive, but it is. Man, that thing has weathered some storms. Very cool. Okay. And I think this is the end of the line. That is gnarly. Could go down there, but I think I'm good. It's pretty intimidating just being right here. Freaking big wall climbers. These guys are intense. Oh, we did it. Top of El Cap. I should have brought my wingsuit. Just jumped off this thing, but then I'd have Red Bull hitting me up and it'd just be kind of annoying. But so maybe it's better I didn't bring the old wingsuit. That'd be sick though, right? You know, it's not sick is going back up this thing. I think I might just try and zigzag up this here a little bit. I'm kind of second guessing my life choices right now with this hill. Dude, this hurts so bad. About halfway up it. Yeah. Maybe less than halfway. Holy smokes. We got this. Yes. Made it back to the top of the world. Was that a good idea? Not really. Would I do it again? Probably. But I feel like all the best views of this spot are right here, up here. That kind of seemed unnecessary to do that, but I mean, going to the top of El Cap, you gotta go to the edge, right? So that destroyed me, really. But I'm gonna take a little break ski. It took me 4 hours actually to get up here. The last mile and a half to 2 miles I was moving really slow just because my feet were so sore. But I imagine it'll take me 3 hours to get out of here, traveling time. But I do need to find a good spot to eat a magnificent burrito. I don't even know what I got going on with that, but it's gonna be good. We will say farewell to the top of El Cap until next time, and we're gonna jam out of here. Okay, this is it, my last uphill stretch on this hike. And there's so many cool boulders over here. And then once I get to the top of this little ridge here. I'll be right by the Eagle Peak split, and it's all downhill from there. But this is kind of a steep little section getting out of here, and my legs are pretty shot. This definitely hurts. Okay, for today's meal, I've got I seen this at like TJ Maxx or Home Goods or one of those, whatever this is, rosé cheese tteokbokki, some kind of mac and cheese sort of noodles. So that's going to be the foundation of my burrito. And then I got that Red Lobster biscuit mix. I got some of that. I'm going to use that as a thickening agent to thicken these up to burrito consistency. I got some Last Dab Triple X little travel bottle there. And my textural element, we've got the bacon cheddar cheese crisps. So those are going to be good. And then I have the habanero flour tortillas here. And I don't know if you see that, one of my homegrown habaneros that are kicking. Okay, so this is crazy. I don't even know what's going on here. I guess everything's like bagged up inside here. I thought it was just going to be like a pour and go. So I don't know what the heck is going on. I'm gonna have to read some directions. All right, so hopefully you can see that. So I got to pour in 200 milliliters of water, which I have no idea how much 200 milliliters of water is. We'll go with that. Another pack going in. All right, it says to just add everything together here and then cook until these rice noodles thicken. So this is 2 servings in here. I'm just going to make both because we hungry. Okay, these are looking pretty good start. I just gotta let these little rice noodle things soften up. Should only take a couple minutes. Heat my tortillas up here. I'm gonna be rotating these. A little pick me up. Got the Alani. Okay, those noodles were super hard and they actually got really soft in like 3 minutes. Now we're gonna add some biscuit mix. Try and get to burrito consistency here. I don't know who opened this bag. Stir that in. Whoop. Give this a try. Gummy. Noodles are good. We're ready to rock and roll. Okay, I didn't have much time to heat up my tortillas because those noodles got done so fast. This is looking delightful. I got my bacon cheddar crisps. You don't want to crunch them up too much, so otherwise you lose that textural component. But you don't want them too big either. Okay, we got our Triple X Last Dab going in. This came in a 3-pack with the Apollo and Experience. And this one is still hot. Yeah, but probably the least hot out of those 3 extremely hot ones. All right, I got you in a little closer here. Hopefully you can see me because I got this Hawaiian shirt, camouflage Hawaiian shirt. I probably just look like a floating head. I'm like John Cena. Can't see me. So these aren't really closing. So I basically have a giant soft taco. Cheers. Okay, we got my habanero. Oh man, it's already spicy. That last dab, pretty tricky. Good flavor on these peppers. Yeah, these rice noodles are kind of weird. It's almost like a mochi soft taco or something. But super cheesy. The Red Lobster biscuit powder just takes it to another level. And the bacon cheddar crisps. The bacon in there, I think, is really clutch coming through on these. But this one's like kind of hard to describe, but it's so good. It's hot. Like, look at these little noodles. It's a little rice noodle, but it's like, it's almost like a mochi. It works. I cannot express how much I love these burritos. I mean, I'm thinking like 9.4 or so. Maybe even higher if I wasn't like 5 protein bars in. But I mean, I'm still hungry. The last dab mixed with this habanero has got me warmed up. Hot diggity. So it's 4:30 right now. Gets dark about 6. I'm almost back to the top of Upper Yosemite Falls, so I should be able to get down hopefully by a little after 6. I think it gets dark between 6 and 6:30, so I should be in good shape. Who would have known? Mochi burrito. I think my score might be going down on this. The more I eat it, it's just so chewy. I feel like these rice noodles are just expanding in my stomach. I think we're down to 8.7, but still solid. Really good. All right, so the sun is going down pretty quick here. I'm on about 4.5 hours of sleep, so I'm just running on sunshine and happiness, and I'm running out of sunshine, so I better get down. Luckily, I got plenty of that happiness, but I got to get out of here. Heading down. Cheers. What's up? Just making some gourmet burritos. Yeah. Enjoy. And here we are, Yosemite Valley. 3.2 it says. That is cool. I don't know if you could see the moon next to Half Dome there. That's pretty rad. Doesn't get much better. Alright, it's hard to beat that Half Dome sunset with Yosemite Falls and the sun setting on this video here. I think this would be a pretty good place to end it. I got 1.5 miles out of here. It'll be around 18 miles when it's all said and done. Did a little over 8 miles barefoot. That was a good time. Burritos were amazing. Don't forget to like that video. I appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out. Love you. Good night, Half Dome.